Right, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and today I have part 12 of my custom Kingdom Death Monster campaign. Lantern Year 4, about to do the Butcher Showdown. So this stream is just going to be the showdown with the Butcher, including rewards. I already have the setup. I just wanted to share with you, in case you didn't follow previous streams, the strategy for the 4 characters that I'm bringing in. And then I'll do the initial placement and show you the initial cards and everything that we know about the Butcher. But to get you all excited, before I start going over some of the stuff that the Butcher has, here is the picture for the story of the Butcher. This is an amazing piece of art right here. This is the Butcher. And it looks like he's taking people's faces. Yeah, beautiful art. Alright, so I'm going to carry my camera around and show you this initial strat that I'm rocking. First off, I guess I'll show you is, here is the Butcher. Here's the miniature. He's basically just wearing a whole bunch of skulls on his back and lanterns. Looks like he's got some armor and 2 cleavers. And this is what I'm rocking. You always have the standard 4 characters. I found 4 minis that I previously made in my last campaign that closely fit. The sexes are not correct for the most part, but the items sort of closely represent. And in the future I'll probably make some minis, but updating. But for time being, just rock what I have because I have it. So I have, start from left to right, I have Vatal. That's her. If you look in the boxes, that's good. That's their stats for their weapon. We're rocking a bow, as well as has a bone blade that can use in close if has to move to break the distance to be able to do damage the same round, is the idea. A little bit of head protection. We'll definitely start with the claw head arrow, and has the ability to remove moods with the harp. Next up we have Eltcor, who, this is the closest thing I had to a bone club. That's a counterweight axe, but is wearing the White Lion gear. He's rocking practically a full White Lion set, except for the feet. I'm sorry, except for the waist. And the bone club, and we'll use the White Lion's pounce ability in order to break the distance with bone club to activate it for free. Is that the strategy there? And I definitely want him to try to tank as much as possible because he has extra armor. And he also has a frenzy drink. In case I need it, he can proc it early. The problem with proccing frenzy drink early is you can't use any survival for rest around. So you get bonus damage, but any hits may be lethal. But he's also one that can take the hits. Next up over here we have Oko, who is rocking a King Spear. And eventually we'll have, most likely, the Screaming Armor set, because it does give a bonus to spearing, but we'll see. Rocking decent headgear. Actually really good headgear. I just have the Adridacanthus to help save the head blow if possible, because otherwise I'll lose the headgear if there's a severe injury. A little bit of foot gear. Rocking the spear, which is great because it's a weapon that can attack at range. It can attack at range 2 instead of range 1, in case that's a factor. Like the bow, can attack at range. And then also has bandages to help heal people. And then we got someone else also with Skull Helm and Acanthus. and actually rocking both guitars, because if you have both guitars together, you could add you can only use one weapon in an attack, but you can use the speed of both weapons together. So the idea is we have one stabby, one speary, one smashy, and then one ranged arrowy. Yeah, and who's rocking the guitars is Citroni, who I didn't have someone with guitars, but here's someone with a holding a bone shard, so it's close to a knife. And besides, does have a founding stone. Now the founding stones I'm not going to use unless it's a dire circumstance. I don't see that happening on this fight because it's one pump chump with a founding stone if you throw it anyway, for the auto crit, auto hit. But we'll see how it goes. I just want to give you a close overview of all of the cards. These are the current stats that I'm fighting against for the Butcher, and these are I will also narrate. We're fighting a level 1 Butcher, which I have to get a 9 to hit on the wound. I remember strength does subtract what I need to hit for the toughness. Wound on the toughness. I shouldn't say hit because that's a different mechanic. And then every time he gets hit, we reshuffle the hit deck, which could be good, could be bad. And then he always draws 2 AI cards whenever he does stuff. And the more people he kills, the more powerful he gets, but because he keeps taking their faces, it gets more lunatic, it would appear. I was going to say lunatic. All right, so I'm trying a little different camera setup so you can see the gear grids and what's happening on the board. It does look like this zoomed in a little bit. Let's see if I can't go higher and then zoom down. I want to be able to show the gear grids and also be able to see the cards that I'm referring to for the Butcher. And I also want to make it convenient so I don't keep walking to different ends of the board. This way I can stand here and manipulate. That way I don't trip over this cable I'm running. Awesome. So everybody wins. Cool. So it's pretty standard setup. I'm starting with pillars, which block line of sight but are destructible. The monster can go over it, if I recall. I'll double check that before we start. And I have to start on this line, so I'm going to start in the corner, try to kite him over here. That way, in case stuff happens and people get bounced, they're relatively close is the strategy. And then maybe I can be back here, get these 2 acanthuses on my first turn, which the survivors will go first because they're defending their home. This is a Nemesis Encounter. So that's the idea, sort of kite him over here and then engage in this corner. And then have people either close and far distance. That way, in case something happens with AoE, it doesn't quite affect everybody. Also, area of effect is what AoE stands for. All right. So before I get started, I'm going to just check collision ruling, and then I'll read you some narrative stuff for the Butcher. We'll set up our figures and we'll go. I am going to have them start here. I just haven't decided what character is on which of these 4. And then apparently when you get hit, you get infectious lunacy. Whenever you get brain damage, you get infectious lunacy. And if you have 3 lunacy tokens, you immediately go into a frenzy. Which again gives you a bonus in combat, but then you can't spend survival for the rest of the round. The rest of the showdown. So once you get frenzy, you really want to end the fight quickly because everyone's more susceptible to death. Because all of the survival that I have, when I have like 5 on everybody, can't spend any of it. So what that also means is I want to spend survival early in the fight because I won't be able to spend it later. Whereas normally I wait till I get hit in a certain place and then spend survival. I may not have that luxury. So that's what these are for. These tokens are for these, for lunacy. As a reminder, I'm going to use these for knockdown to indicate, because I don't want to stand these on their side because it's very fragile, the pieces. This will be used to denote priority target if there is such a thing, bleed tokens, modifiers. And then I'm using these to denote who's taken their turn. So this means they've done half their turn, and then this means that they've completed their turn. Just so it's easier to track. Cool, cool. All right, move these off the side. Because some tells me combat's going to happen everywhere around here. Okie dokie. Cool. So, the Butcher. There was once a man who could not hide his fear. He wore a mask that transformed his cowardice to rage. In turn, the man transformed into a monster. All that remained was a devouring fury that stalked the night, collecting the fearful faces of others. It's sort of like a Batman complex, sounds like. Like he didn't want people to know his fear, and then because he was able to hide, he was able to transcend to a different persona, and then fed off people's fear. That's what it sounds like. Okay, everything else is just extra stuff that happens during setup and afterwards. So, and my kitty's currently playing with a toy. We're gonna go get that toy. Go get the toy. So there may be some kitty play during this time because he's excited that I'm up so early. He's like, "Oh boy, let's go hunt." We are hunting, but I'm hunting lunatics, and he's hunting little cat toys that make noise. Yes, you are. Go get them. All right. See, I just have to encourage him, tell him to go get it, and then he attacks. Okay, so let me look up collision. Wait, is it collision I'm looking up? 1 second. No, yeah. It's impassable. It's impassable to me, but if he passes over it, but I thought it was impassable, no one can go over it. It just says if he goes over it for any reason, it's removed. Whereas if I would collide into it, I just take 1 damage and stop. I believe is what it is. You better get that toy. You better get it. Okay. Kitty's like, if I'm gonna play, he wants to play. Yeah, impassable this applies to the survivor. Okay, cool. So let's do a set and let's get this show on the road. I may take a slight food break in the middle of this. Depends how long this goes. Typically these fights just go between 1 and 2 hours. For this phase, we'll see. Alright. So make sure everything's still live. Okay. So the person with the best tanking ability is actually Citroni, but just Eltcore can take some damage. So I think I'll have both these flanking when I have a move, like each side and the other 2 in the back. That way if there's AoE, these 2 aren't near each other and these 2 are not near each other. These 2 can engage from both sides and these people can attack at range. It's an initial strategy I'm going to try. I haven't fought the Butcher in so long, I don't remember what he can do, which is great because that way it's a surprise. I just know the themes of type of stuff he does, but I don't remember like mechanically. So it's keeps it fun by keeping it a surprise. So they can move 5 spaces. I think one of these people can move 6. Yeah, Oko. So we'll have the person with the spear go the farthest distance, and then we'll have the bow person can't do anything yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So do it like this. Okay. All right, so let's do it. So we go first. Actually, that's one of the things I'm gonna check real quick. Is the top of the round, is it always us, or is it always him? Like, I don't think this counts as an ambush. But whenever I fight a quarry, the top of the round is always the monster. So that makes me think that maybe it is set up like an ambush. When the round happens is important because certain effects, whether I go and then the monster, or the monster goes and then I go. So that's one thing I want to check real quick, just to see the order of events. I mean, to see if it differs from a quarry. Showdown's always the same. That's why I'm thinking it must handle like a ambush. But I want to see if I can find that. Settlement phase. Or maybe I'll just look up Nemesis Encounter in the back. Maybe it'll be faster. It doesn't say. So I think what I'm going to count this as is just that we have an ambush because it's our home, so we get to go first. But the round always starts with him. So it's like the first round he does nothing. That's what I mean. Okay, we'll play that way. All right, so let's do it. So everyone can move 5 except for this guy. I have Frenzy on him also. All right, so let's move. I'll just do him first. So the first action is I'll roll for the plant to try to do it. Try to pick it up. That's an 8, and that's the minimum I needed, so I get 1 fresh acanthus, super fresh. I have all the decks over here because that's shouldn't be many resources I get because I'm not fighting someone who you can harvest per se. Oh yeah, this is the monster deck, not the. Is it a special resource? Yeah. Okay, so he got a fresh acanthus. Let's leave this here. And then it's gonna move up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4. I just think I might want to stay close. Or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's archived. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could stay at distance. That way I can 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if I do that, the bow person could also remove a mood, But he doesn't have any mood. He has traits. I can't remove a trait unless I have something that does that. I can only remove a mood. So there's nothing else she can do. Again, the model of the sexes don't quite match because I've run out of 3 females and 1 male, right? And here I have 3 males and 1 female, and it's all, yeah. Anyway, okay, he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and try to pick this up. Ooh, another 8, another fresh acanthus. That's cool. It's cool. It's free resources, and also I can turn them into the dried acanthus that gives me more survival when I depart, and also can prevent a severe injury to the head. Good stuff. So yeah, 2 acanthus, and that was no, I'm sorry, not Snahavium. Citroni. There you go. And lastly, oh, I'm sorry, I moved wrong. That's Bone Club dude, right? So this guy, he moves 6. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if I shouldn't be so aggressive. You know what I mean? Like maybe I should just move 5, and then maybe this person should go back to here, and maybe she could just go to here. Yeah, I'll be a little more passive. Okay, so that's it for our turn. Now the Butcher goes, and the Butcher always gets, again, I always reshuffle the hit deck, and then always draws 2 AI cards, and then gets a bonus for killing people. And his instinct, if he has no targets, is he makes people take 1 brain damage. Okay. I'm gonna need this. Get a swig of coffee, and then we'll do the first move of the Butcher. All right, so the Butcher draw 2 AI for every monster turn, and we do them in order. So we got Forbidden Light, which is a mood, and then Bite, which is an A. So this is starting off with 2 A's. So this is starting off really bad for us. Okay, it starts with Mood. When this comes into play, draw an AI, and we already drew an AI, so that means we're drawing 3. So then we also have Hack. Forbidden Light, it has a light radius, 1 square around him. When a survivor ends their act in the light radius, they gain -1 strength token. So it's not that they attack in there. If they end their act, if they end their turn in this radius, they get a -1 strength token. And then at the end of each monster's turn, place a token on Forbidden Light. If Forbidden Light has 5 tokens, discard it, and all -1 strength tokens from Forbidden Light. So Forbidden Light basically weakens people, but then once this goes 5 rounds, it goes away. But that's a long period of time, so I don't think I'm going to wait that long for -1 strength, and he's already hard to hit. So that's bad. So this happens, it's a mood. If I get more than 1 mood, I'm going to look and see what happens, because I ran out of space. I think he still gets moods, but that's something I'm going to check if that happens. Okay. Next up, we got Bite. Pick the target that's the closest threat facing. The closest threat facing would probably be this guy. So he's going to try to bite him, but he's too far away, so he's just going to move toward Altcore. So his movement is 7. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was that AI. He's still too far away. And he has 13 hit points, 7 Bs and 5 As. So I'm going to see a lot of A's, so that's why he really needs to die, because these are probably going to hit really hard. Okay, his next... Fortunately, that was the first one that was drawn, and that was kind of a waste of a move. So we got lucky there. Alright, so next one is Hack. Pick the target, the closest threat that's facing. The closest is still Altcore. His attack is a hack, which is speed 2, hits on a 4+. He doesn't have any evasion, I don't think. No, the one with evasion is Citroni. Here. So he moves in, and it's speed 2, accuracy 4. To show these are removed. So it's a 2 and a 4. So he would get 1 hit. There's something that happens after damage, but I think he's just going to absorb it. So he'll get 1 bleed and takes 1 damage. Make sure nothing else is happening. Lunacy only happens if you take brain damage. So he takes 1 bleed token and 1 damage to... If I want to take it, remember, I can spend survival now. He would take 1 damage to the chest. I don't think I'm going to waste survival just yet, because something tells me his attacks might get worse later on. So put him down to 1 on the chest, on armor. And then after damage, gets 1 bleed token. Okay. Alright, so that's it for that attack. Alright, now it's our turn. So if I end my turn adjacent to him, it's gonna be hard to hit. So I need to get rid of the mood first. That's what's great about attack with this. It's a ranged. I'm sorry. This one's a ranged weapon, so I wouldn't have necessarily that problem. So I think I'm going to attack with actually, let's see here. I believe everybody's insane. So I think what I'm going to have him do, I'm going to have this dude move to here. I'll have him move to here. Okay. And then I'll spend an action and a survival to do roar. Which means all non-death insane survivors, which is everybody, gets +2 strength until the end of the round. So all 3 of these characters will have bonus strength. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to spend a survival. So I go from 5 to 4. And then roar, then everyone gets a +2 to strength until the end of the round. So I'm just going to get the token for that. Just to denote on everybody real quick. That's evasion. I didn't know. I wasn't sure I had tokens. These are the lunacy tokens. Yeah, because it looks lunatic. Great. That's lunacy. I thought I had something for that. That's -1 toughness. And this is strength. Okay. So everyone gets +2 strength until the end. So the two that get +2 is Spear Dude. Oko gets 2. And Volatile gets 2. And Citroni gets 2. Okay. All right. Next up, I want to do this next. That way, it's easier to hit. Is the idea here? Of course, I can also remove a mood. Well, that's also true. I could have had her try to remove it and then move, and then he could probably still attack before he moves. Yeah, so let's hold the phone on that. Because I don't think I need line of sight to do the harp. No, because it's music. So I will do the harp now. Let me take back that survival. Okay. So let's do the harp first. The harp, I need a 6+. It's an 8, so the mood goes away. It's discarded. Now everyone can attack as normal. So this archer could move, so I think I can attack at range. So I think I'm going to move back to the wall here. And then we'll have him go. And now I can just do a cumbersome attack, which is awesome. I just want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Boom. I'm trying to see if I can have a position that I can have everybody hit. And he has a cumbersome weapon, so I really want to attack here if possible. So it looks like I may not be able to have everybody attack. I may have to have this person go around and attack, and this person come around here to heal, possibly. Heal the wound, unless I want to wrap around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is range 2, but you have to have line of sight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a little short on distance. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little short. Okay, anyway. Unless I want to go this way. I'm nervous about knocking someone this way. But I also want to get hits in, so... Oh yeah, so he can't move because it's a cumbersome weapon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2... Okay, so let's just go ahead and attack with him first. Correct. So we're using the cumbersome weapon, which is a bone club. And it hits on a 6, and I'm rolling 4 dice. So we only got one hit. That was a 6. Furious Gut. The art on top looks pretty cool. Let me see if it can come out. Wound. And there's a reaction if it wounds. And then there's a reaction if it fails. Okay, so I hit on a... Strength is +5, so I hit on a 4+. And I rolled a natural 1. Great. He performs a basic action against the attacker. His basic action is speed 2, hits on a 4+. And then that was his move also because it's cumbersome. So that's 2 hits. We got foot and chest. I'll just take the... No, because you have higher chance of hitting the chest. So I will take the 1 to the foot. So I go from 2 to 1. And then the chest, I will use the survival to prevent. So I'm at 4. And then because I get a hit, I get a bleed. So he's currently at 2 bleeds. Okay. All right, so next up, I definitely want to have someone heal and someone damage. So I want this person to heal. Who has to heal? The spear has heal. So spear dude is going to move to here and heal the wounds, and then this person's going to wrap around. But I think I'll have him go last because maybe this person will get wounds also. So we'll see. But if you get 5 wounds, you get killed. So you don't want to start piling up wound damage at all. So I have the tank go next. In hindsight, I think it may have been better to have someone who gets in close to not have bandages. Of course, I guess the idea... to have bandages. That way they can bandage themselves? I don't know. Okay, so let's move. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to attack. Citroni's got 2 guitars, so his speed, he rolls 4 dice and hits on a 7. We got 2 hits, 8 and a 9. We got Furious Crown and Furious Beastplate. I'll do Beastplate only because... Well, the problem is the guitars I have high crit, but none of these have a critical hit thing, so I can't critical hit with it. I have to beat the toughness. So I have to hit on a 6+, and this I have to hit on an 8+, so this is really hard to hit. Now, this says if you roll a 10, it shatters, but it doesn't say that this counts as a critical hit effect, so I don't think I can do luck to make this easier. I would argue yes, because you're saying it's a critical thing to hit, but let me see how I want to... I mean, they say if it's a Lantern 10, but I don't think they count it as a critical hit. They count it as the luck of drawing a 10. So, unfortunately, I'll play with it that way. Yeah, we'll play with it that way. So, okay, so we got two. Let's do this hit. So to hit with a guitar, I hit on a 6+. That's a 6. So that is a hit. Fantastic. Get rid of one of these precious AI cards. And then as a reflex, the Butcher lashes out wildly. Actually, if there's a reflex, I should have done this one first because then I could have possibly got a hit. But anyway, the Butcher lashes out wildly, clearing a path for itself. All survivors adjacent to the Butcher suffer bash. So, let me see what bash does. It sounds like it's probably knockback with damage. But then I have people colliding with each other. So then it's also collision. Let's see. Oh, bash is just you knock somebody down. Whereas collision, you get knocked back, and then you fall down. Okay, so we have two people that are knocked down. And then full move towards the farthest survivor. That would be this person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. Okay. Okay, and then this other one doesn't happen because it's too far away. Got 1 wound, 12 more hits to go. All right, so this person's got 2 wounds. But then I also want to try to get a hit in. So, and he's probably far enough away that he's not going to take an immediate wound. So I don't think I think I might be okay for time being. So I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and attack adjacently, possibly. Because it's reach 2. So I can attack 2 squares away instead of just 1. So the spear is actually a really good weapon. It actually hits on a 5 instead of a 7. It's like the Qatar, but has better chance to hit. But yeah, plus has a natural accuracy bonus. So that's actually really good. So it hits on a 5. So I got 1 hit. And we got clever. I'm clever. Jesus. Cleaver. The attacker's heart is frozen with dread. The attacker gains +1 insanity. And it's an impervious place to hit. So there's no reason to roll against this. Nothing can happen. It's like I hit his cleaver. That's what it is. But the attacker gets 1 insanity. So insanity goes from 4 to 5. All right, now it's the Butcher's turn. Fortunately, since they were knocked down during the end of that turn, that means after the butcher goes, all my people can go, which is cool. Alright, so both these are knocked down. And then I reshuffle the hit deck, which is going to be annoying having to shuffle every time. And then gets 2 AI turns. But his hit deck is also way smaller than the lion. Like the lion, you shuffle it and you don't know what you see when. Whereas the butcher, you keep reshuffling it constantly, so you always have a pretty good chance of always seeing a certain card every time because it keeps getting reshuffled. Okay, so that's reshuffled, and he draws 2 AIs. So we have Gaze of Truth, and then we'll have Hack. Gaze of Truth. Pick target closest threat facing, which is Arrow Dude. Move and intimidate target. He's already moved us close. The butcher looms over the target mere inches from their face. If the butcher is adjacent to the target, roll a d10. It's a 9. On a 3+, the target suffers brain damage equal to the monster's level, is knocked down, but gains 2 understanding and a random disorder. So it's like good. It's like bad, bad, good, bad. Okay, so knockdown. But this knockdown will stick, because it's until this person's next turn. So I want to flag that a certain way so I don't forget. That's one thing this game doesn't have, is ways to flag if you have something or not. So I think I'll use these. I'll use these to flag that you have to wait until the next round. Okay. So knockdown. Brain damage equal to the monster's level, so it goes from 3 insanity to 2. Okay. And then gains +2 understanding. So it goes from 0 to 2 on understanding. And then gains a random disorder. Now this can be really bad. This can be really bad. Because if I get this order that like prevents me from like doing combat or something, that's devastating. Let's shuffle in deck once, twice. Oh my god. Gonna cut. Alright. The disorder is prey. I've never seen this one before. You are prey. All there is for you is death. You may not spend survival unless you are insane. My character currently... I have to check if I'm insane or not. I honestly don't remember. Alright. So it's not terrible, but it calls me bad. I have to stay insane in order to gain survival. Volatile currently is not insane because its insanity is 2, so it cannot spend survival. So I'm marking on the grid, the box can't spend survival, and then I'm running down prey. Record it right quick. Prey. Cannot spend survival unless insane. And to be insane, you have to have insanity 3+, and right now she's at 2. Okay, we'll reshuffle that later if need be, the deck. Okay, so that was that That was that AI. Next up is Hack. The closest threat facing. Roll 2, hit on 4. Volatile has no evasion, so hits on a 4 plus. A 10 and a 4, so that's 2 hits. Oh, and whenever you take brain damage, you get a lunacy token. I almost forgot. So Volatile is also at 1 lunacy. I almost forgot about that. So we got chest and chest. And remember, cannot spend survival because prey. This order. So 2 to chest. So that's light and heavy damage. So if she gets hit in the chest one more time, that's going to suck because she can't spend survival at all. So that is going to suck. Alright, but that's also fortunately the end of his turn. Okay, so this goes away to show that it'll go away at the end of monster's next turn, and then these come off. So these 3 can attack. All right. So this person's in range that I can attack and move. This person needs to leap, so can't quite do that. But I could spend a survival to get to the correct range, and then pounce is something I can do. I might consider doing that. This person can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and attack from here. And has high evasion, so I think I'll do that first. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other thing I could do is spend a survival to encourage to get her the fuck out of there. That's also a good move. So I think I'll have this dude do it. I think I'll have him move here and then spend a survival to pick her up. That way she can move away. Well, I guess since she's there, she could... Well, no, it's a cumbersome weapon. I think I just want to move away. Unless I want her to stay the target since she's prone to death to just take the hits. That's another possibility, but... If she can just get to 1 insanity, then she can use her survival again. So actually, if this club person does the roar, they'll get a bonus to their attack, and she'll get her insanity back. So I think I want to do that. I'll spend 1 survival to roar to give them a bonus, her 1 insanity. That way she can spend survival, but still be the target of attacks. And then she could attack from there. I mean, I don't want her to tank, but I think that's the best move because then she can spend survival. If he doesn't attack the closest threat, though, he'll attack... if you're not in field of view... Well, field of view is anywhere, not just facing. But what I'm saying is I could... I think roar is good. I need to get some hits in. I think that's not a terrible idea. Oh, he has roar. He removes. This person removes. Okay. So he's going to... Sorry. There's a lot going on. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going to move into the blind spot. And then we're going to roar, spin a survival, and the action. So it goes down to 3 survival. And now these two get +2. So we get +2, +2. And she gets 1 insanity. So now she can use her survival, because now she's at 3. Because you have to be insane to get benefit from the roar, otherwise you become more insane. Okay, so that's that. Next up, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then she can go here later and then heal the wounds on Snahavian. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, it would also be a crime not to attack. And then the blind spot's probably safe. Also true. Alright, so Snahavian's gonna... I keep saying... Oh, because that's who it was in the last game. Last campaign. Okay, so Citroni is attacking with guitars, rolls 4 dice, hits on a 7. We got 3 hits, 9, 9, 8. And we got Overpowered Trap. Well, that's unfortunate, because that would have been 3 hits. That's really unfortunate. I still draw the 3 cards, but yeah. You always do the trap first, if I recall. The Butcher explodes in a burst of ferocity. Zone of Malice would be these 3. The attacker is doomed. All survivors in Zone of Malice gain a bleed and knock back 5, and then perform a basic act against the attacker. That's unfortunate. At least I saved the person with that can remove the bleeds last. Okay, so the attacker is doomed, which is this person. All survivors in the zone get 1 bleed and knock back 5. So this is already knocked back. This person's knocked back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gets a bleed. So he's at 3, so it has to be healed. This person is already knocked back, but gets a bleed. And that's the bow person. And then he goes back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And gets a bleed. Oh, that's unfortunate. He had that huge bonus too, man. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. Anyway, let's keep going. And then perform a basic action against the attacker. Basic action is move, and then also knock back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the attack is 2 dice. But it does have evasion. Evasion's 3, so he only hits on a 7+. That's a 9 and a 4, so it's only 1 hit. So he's, let's see where the hit is before we determine what we're gonna do. The hit's on the chest. I don't want to get 2 bleeds, so I'll go ahead and spin a survival. Stop that hit. That's a 4. Okay. And we got 2 people that can do a turn. Unfortunately, he's too far away to help. Too far away to help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just barely too far away. But I could spin a dash. That's true. I could spin a dash. What else could I do? I could just go in for the attack also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack from the back at range. We'll do that. Because I don't shuffle the hit deck until his beginning of his next turn. So since I drew the trap, maybe it's safe to hit. Maybe. Okay, so going to attack. That is a 2 dice. Roll two dice. Hits on a 5. It's a 6 and a 4, so that's 1 hit. Furious Crown. Something happens as a reflex. There's no crit effect, so we can't crit on it. I mean, as far as luck. You know what? Let me look that up right quick. I believe I'm reading it correctly. This game. Let me double check. I'll look up critical hits. Because I think you can only get a critical effect on a hit location that has a critical effect. So luck only helps against something that has a place you can crit. I believe that is correct. Critical wound. Critical wounds are lucky blows that always wound a monster, even if the wound attempt does not exceed the monster's toughness. A critical wound occurs when a wound result is a Lantern 10 on a hit location with crit. Yeah, you have to have a wound. It has to be a place that you can crit. Then you can essentially ignore the toughness, and if you just roll a number, you get it. Okay, so let's roll for this. So I hit on a... it would be a 3, but with these bonus tokens, it's 5. So 9 minus 5. So I hits on a 4+. And that is a 9. So that is a hit. Great. Gain some hits in. So it has 11 hit points left. And then as a reflex, the Butcher lashes out wildly, clearing a path for itself. All survivors adjacent to the Butcher suffer bash. So the trend I'm noticing is I really don't want people adjacent to him. And then I also don't want someone to be too far away because he'll also go after the farthest away target. I've seen on a couple moves. Yeah, because for example, he hits people away and it goes to the farthest person away. Which unfortunately is going to be this guy. So all survivors adjacent suffer bash, but he's already knocked down. Boom. And then full move towards the farthest survivor. Okay. So I still have one person with a move, but I didn't spend anything. But at least now is in range of the bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is cool. So that's one good thing. So that's the end of their turn. This gets reshuffled. So we're not doing great, but we're not doing terrible. I mean, we've done a little bit of damage. I'm just really worried about bleeds and people getting separated because that means no one's in range to help. So, like, people need to clump up but be kind of far away from each other. This way, if he goes after a farther away target, you know. Now that I sort of know how he moves. He knocks... You don't want to be right next to him, but you also don't want to be the farthest person away if they're really hurt. And I only get lunacy if I take brain damage. And so far, only Vothal's the one that's taken brain damage. So. Okay, so we got a new hit deck. Now it's a new turn. And in emergency, I could also use the Acanthus. It's because it's not a survival, but I can archive it to fully heal one location, all injury and all armor. So it may come into play during this. We'll see. Because it supersedes survival, because it's not a survival ability, if that's an issue. Okay, so it's his turn. He draws Lantern Frenzy. Don't know what that is. Which then you draw a bonus AI card. Then we have Wild Carve, but then we draw another AI card because you draw 2. Wait, am I doing this correctly? Draw +1 for every month's turn. Yeah. So he'll do Wild Carve, Hack City, and Lantern Frenzy in that order. Lantern Frenzy is a mood. When Lantern Frenzy comes into play, a random survivor gains priority target token. It cannot be removed for any reason. So I can't use the harp to get rid of the frenzy because he's like not even listening to the music, is what it's saying. Because it says here in bold, cannot be removed for any reason. Okay, so random person gets priority. So I'll do 2, 4, 6, 8. That was very dramatic. It's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the priority target, which means we'll target that person regardless of what the card says. Draw an AI card, which we've already done. That'll be this one next. When Lantern Frenzy is in play, the Butcher gains +2 movement and +1 speed. So can run 9 away. And get speed, meaning that's an extra attack swing. I don't think I have any speed tokens there, do I? Evasion, accuracy. Nope. +2 movement, +1 speed, and I can't remove Lantern Frenzy for any reason. At any time, the survivor with priority target token may sacrifice themselves and lead the Butcher far away. They perish, and their gears archive, end the showdown immediately, skip the aftermath. That's actually very interesting, honestly. I don't see anything as far as continuing to fight with the Butcher, but I can sacrifice a person and completely end this fight right now. The problem is Citroni is one of my best people with high evasion and high luck, but I can end the fight right now. That's very interesting. Okay, let me read this. Discard Lantern Frenzy if the survivor with the priority target token is killed. Oh, that's the problem. I can end the fight immediately. So that's one good thing about this. He's hard to kill, and I can end the fight immediately. But the problem is it says if I sacrifice him to just complete end the showdown, everything in his gear is going to be lost forever. And I spent all this time making 2 guitars. So fucking hell, man, I'm not going to do that. It's fucking stupid. He's going to hit harder, but God, man. That just means that he's going to keep getting wailed on forever. Until that person's dead. Okay, so that's that. Next is Wild Carve, which he picks the priority target, which, this may be a good thing, because he's got high evasion, so maybe this is a good thing. We'll see. It just means I gotta up my DPS, because I've only done 2 damage. Okay, so next up is Wild Carve, and he has +2 movement, so his movement is I think I moved him immaturely last time. His movement's 5, but for some reason I thought his movement was higher than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's moving toward the target, but he's too far away. But he's moving toward the right target. So that's it for that one. And then Hack City, the closest threat facing, and that's for picking target, but he's always going to pick this target. So now he moves. The closest movement could be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, but he's insane, so probably, in my opinion, would get right in their face because he's insane. I've been forgetting to move this also, so I to be honest, I forget this all the fucking time, honestly. All the time. So I'll just start doing it now and say no one's got it yet. So he's moving. Alt Core would be the target, but is not the target. I forget that all the time. Okay. So Hack City's bad. After you do the damage for all of this, for each hit, make an additional attack roll. Continue to roll. Wow. Well, he's got high evasion. Okay, I'm sorry. So you do this profile, and then after damage, you trigger this. For each hit, make an additional attack roll. Continue to roll until all attack rolls miss. So if he keeps hitting, he'll keep hitting and keep hitting and keep hitting until an attack misses. And if the attack doesn't miss, he'll just get hacked to death until he dies. But if he survives, something happens. But we'll see. Because I can only spend a survival once per attack. So I can only spend a survival once, then it's just, you're going to keep eating it. Man, I really don't want to lose all this gear, though. But I might have to. Shit. Speaking of shit, I need to go to the bathroom. So, you see the situation I'm in. Do I want a chance him dying and then trying to still kill the butcher with who's left? Or do I just immediately sacrifice the survivor, lead the butcher away, but then I'll lose all of the gear that I have? That just seems terrible. But the problem is, he's also going to roll, he's also speed 3. So for his initial attack, the Hack City roll 5 dice. I don't know. That's what I got to think about doing. Like, do I just see it through and have potentially everybody, I don't know. Do I chance have more people die? Or failing the encounter? Or do I just cancel the showdown, lose one of my best characters, and lose all of the gear? Just because I have this option. But you do skip the aftermath, so I don't get penalized. Well, yeah, you don't get penalized because the penalties, you lose a ton of fucking resources. I mean, this is essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources. I'll lose an entire Lantern's year worth of resources versus I lose all of my people. Oh, shit. Anyway, I'm going to think about that while I'm going to visit the bathroom right quick. So think about what you think I should do. If you're on, let me know in the comments. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So Citronia has high evasion. He's probably got the best chance to survive it, and he still has survival he can spend. He can only spend it once per round, and he's got the acanthus to completely heal. So I think I'm gonna chance it. For each hit, make an additional attack. It doesn't say anything about bleeds. It just says 1 damage, hell times. So let's try it. No, he's going to endure. I can't afford the loss in gear. I can afford losing characters. Yeah, a little bit better, worse stats, but everyone will get more stats if people died. I need to embrace death, just like Showdown says. So, and we'll test his mettle. If anyone has a chance of surviving it, it's him in this battle, so. Yeah. Like, the problem isn't really Lantern Frenzy. I mean, it sucks, but it's not huge. I mean, having extra speed, sure, it's an extra chance to hit, but he has a chance to miss. But Attack City, that's just a bad. The card is. Okay, so speed 4 says profile is speed 5 because of this. So he rolls 5 dice. And his accuracy is a 4, but Citroni's evasion is a 3. So he needs a 7+ to hit. So he could miss. So we got 1 miss. You need a 7+. That's a 6. That's a miss. So it's 3 hits. But every time something hits, it's going to cause more hits, right? So let's. So you have hand, head, and chest. I think I want to stop the chest because that can get really bad. Absorb the other 2. So, don't need these anymore. So I'm going to cancel the chest, so that definitely does not hit. So I'm going to spend survival, so now I'm at 3. And now I use a token to show that I've already spent survival this round. And now I have head and hand. My head, I have a bunch of armor, so that goes down to 2. And then the hand takes 1 damage, so that's light damage. And all these tokens go away. Okay, so then it says, after damage for each hit, make an additional attack roll. Now, there's a difference between wound and hit. Like, I was hit, and does dodge prevent the wound, or does it cancel the hit? If it cancels the hit, then it doesn't count as a hit. But if dodge just cancels the wound, then it still counts as a hit. I just don't take damage. So let me look that up real quick. A lot of vocabulary in this game. No, it cancels the hit. When you're hit, before you're wounded, you can spend a dodge to cancel the hit. Okay. So that hit is so it's only 2. There were 2 hits. Now for each hit, I keep rolling for both. For each, you keep making additional attacks until they miss. So I'll do 1 at a time. All right. So we roll for this. The 7, he hits on a 7+, so that is a hit. To the head, we will take that. So head goes down to 1. Okay. Now because he hits, we do it again. It's another 7, so it's another hit. To the chest. So it's light damage to the chest. Now it goes again. That's a 2, so that's a miss. So that's done. Now we roll for this one. That's a 6, and that's a miss. So that was not, it was bad, but it wasn't terrible. So now Hack City is done. And then it says, if the target survives Hack City due to legendary lungs, story event. And we're going to do that immediately. I don't care. I'm doing that immediately. Okay, legendary lungs, 142. It said 142, but it's actually 141. That is a typo. Oh no, the whole thing's a typo. It skips. Oh no, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. No, I'm not stupid. That's legendary monsters. That said 142. Anyway, legendary lungs. And that's the butcher in the background. But it's weird because I look like I'm underwater. Oh, that's why. Legendary lungs. The sensation of the butcher's attack is similar to drowning. Desperately, you gasp for air only to be met with a mouthful of steel. The monster's attacks rain down on you, each blow faster than the last. Despite the attack lasting only a moment, things seem to slow down. You feel numb and isolated, as if trapped in an endless body of water. There is no hope of escape, just the pressure from above on your gasping lungs. As the pounding in your chest intensifies, you recall even the rhythm of the monster's heaving chest. There is a chance you will learn something. So now I roll to see what I learn. And I still get priority. That doesn't go away. It only goes away once that person's dead. So actually, this is bad, but maybe a good thing. Because now if everyone attacks the butcher, as long as they're not adjacent, this person will keep getting attacked. And that also means if this person gets bashed backwards, if I telegraph and have people waiting over here, I can then do more attacks. So keep that in mind. And my people can dash also to catch up. So I rolled a 3. That's not a great number, but let's see what happens. You feel as if on the cusp of realizing something big. It teases your mind before vanishing. Gain +3 survival. So his survival was already at a 3. The max is 5. So now he goes to 5, back up to 5. But he can't spend a survival again this round because I have this. But he goes back up to 5. So that was pretty good. Cool. Definitely some good from the bad. You know, it's like if anyone could have been the priority target, that was definitely the best person, because otherwise that would have been not good. All right, so that was the butcher's action. Hi, Miriam. This is Kingdom Death Monster. I'm currently doing the Showdown phase with the butcher, which is this guy right here. All right, so now it is the survivor's turn. So now I got to plan what I'm going to do. So like I said, this guy's going to be the priority target for the remainder of the game until he's dead. And I also know that the Butcher likes to wildly swipe at people around him. And he knocks people down. So he's most likely going to keep, if he does knockback or anything, he's going to knock back him this way. And bash just knocks you down. So, and if he's also the priority target, that also means I can kite. So if I have this guy run this way, I know the Butcher is going to follow. And then people can surround. So I could do that also. I could also attack and move backwards, but then people will be out of range. And I really want to put him in the corner. So I think I might do something like, I could attack once and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I could attack at range. I think how to do this. I could dash, attack, move, attack, move, and this person I could dash and then move and attack. I could do that. Dash would take a survival, but if this person's the priority target, he's going to stay the priority target. The only thing I want to say there, it says you're a priority target until killed. Oh, I think I read this wrong. It doesn't say that you can't remove the frenzy. It says that you can't remove priority target for any reason because he's fanatically trying to go after you. So actually, I could remove the priority. The question though is, do I want to? Because if I don't remove the priority, if I don't remove frenzy, he'll stay the target always. And that might be what I want because he's the best tank and he's got 5 survival. So I think I'm actually going to keep frenzy. And I'm going to use that to my advantage, totally. So I'm going to attack. I wonder if I should even attack. Because I'm worried about is if I attack and I get knocked down, then I can't move away. And I've already spent my survival. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could even dash and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the Butcher will try to catch up because I'm the priority target. So he'll waste 1 turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Be too far away. And then his next attack move in. And then everyone else can just surround. I think that's what I'm going to do. The only question is, do I want to do an attack first? The risk there is if I get knocked down, I'm fucked. That's what I'm worried about because I'm attacking in close. As much as I want to attack with the guitars, I don't want to be knocked down there. Shit. Shit. I kind of don't want to prematurely spend my survival either. So I think I'm just going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know he's going to get targeted. And this person can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pounces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's still too far away. So let's go. Move to here. And then, I don't know, like, do I try attacking? I just can't get bashed. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about getting bashed as a reflex in close. Because, yeah, I've already seen him do it multiple times already. It's like he has free counterattacks if you're within range. So I think it's a bad idea. And if he's going to be tanking. So that's going to be it for this turn. Unless I want to dash. If I dash, and he may go after the... Well, no, he's never going to target anyone else because he's in a frenzy. I know that for a fact. So I could totally game it. So you know what? I'm going to chance it. I'm going to... He's done his movement, but now I'm going to spend a survival for dash. So he's going from 5 to 4. And we're going to dash backwards. But that'll only save me 1 attack. But then everyone will be in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the extra move. And then, unfortunately, has no action. Okay. Now... What I could also do is I could also have Eltcourt later go into a frenzy in this Whale on the Butcher. The problem is he doesn't have survival, but he has armor, and he's never going to be targeted. But he's going to get attacked if he's got an AoE attack. But he won't be the priority target. It'll always be this person because of the frenzy. All right, so knowing that, this person, the Bone Club, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I can also pounce. So if I know the Butcher is going to be here, I could go 1, 2, 3. So I can just do one move to here, stop. God, do I want to do it? So if I use Frenzy Drink, I can't use any more survival. But then I get bonus to speed and bonus to strength. Let me double check. I believe it's speed and strength. Let me check. There's a lot of checking. There's a lot of shit in this game. This game manual has as much story crap as it does DM, the automated DMing for your campaign, but then also a lot of rules. So, okay, so what I'm looking up is brain trauma. Frenzy, gain 1d5 insanity and a speed token and a strength token. What's interesting also is you can gain Frenzy multiple times. So I can, but I believe I can only consume this once per showdown. So I can initially give myself Frenzy. It's just during any showdown you can gain Frenzy multiple times actually. So you can gain a shit ton of tokens. The fact that I'm not the priority target, it's really, I think I'm going to do that, honestly. Even if I've spent my action now consuming, during my next turn, can attack. So we're going to do that. As the action, we're going to consume Frenzy Drink. So I'll do it at one of these to show that I've already done that. I believe that's why I have the blue. Yeah. And now I get the Frenzy Brain Trauma. So now I get +1 to strength and speed. Just because I'm gambling the fact that I'm not ever going to be the targets. And he's already at 3, so it's like, that's what I'm gambling. Looking for strength. I don't see it. Why is it not here? Why do I not see strength? Evasion, accuracy. What am I doing? Toughness. Well, technically, strength affects toughness, so I can't find else do that. That's so weird. There's no strength? Speed, toughness. Well, I can't find it, so... Oh, here it is. I took him out. Okay, so... Belt Core now has strength 6 and accuracy 6 and speed 5. But honestly, that could be good and bad, because if you attack too many times, that means they'll always get a free... Because, like, the problem is, if you draw too many cards out of this deck, you could constantly always draw the trap card if you keep drawing 5 cards. So that could be bad. Frenzy could be a bad thing. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think that's a bad idea. Because if I keep drawing a third of this deck, I could keep drawing the trap card, because you keep reshuffling this deck every time. But then again, if I do draw the trap, that means other people would have free hits avoiding the trap. You know what? I've already committed. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So he'll roll 5 dice. If anything, that gives me a better chance of actually hitting to get a couple hits. So that's... I'm assuming I get like 5 hits or something. Okay, so that's his move. That's his move. And I'm using his as a pronoun because, like, again, like, I have 3 females and 1 male, and right now the sex doesn't match the miniature. I just try to get a miniature as close to the weapon that they had. Okay, anyway. Knowing that he's going to run and she won't be targeted, I'm going to have her move to here and attack, because she can attack at range. And then I'm going to have her probably spend 1 survival to dash, just so I can try to hit with the weapon, so it makes it even harder to hit him. Oh man, I may be easier hit because I have -1 evasion. Okay, so you know, let's attack. I had to move her first because you can't line of sight. I have to be able to see. Okay, so with the spear, that rolls 2 dice, hits on a 5. God, seriously? I needed hits. Jesus Christ. So that's 2 misses. Right, so now we'll do the bow. We're going to dash, spend a survival, and then we're going to do a cumbersome weapon to attack. So Volatile goes to a 4. And then we're going to attack. For the bow, we're going to do the clawhead arrow. So I roll 1 dice. And it hits on a 6+. And I can't do this once per game. Once per showdown. So unfortunately that misses, so I'm not going to get the bonus, so I've already spent that. So that sucked. I could still attack and stuff, but unfortunately that sucked. But you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. I tried. And actually, he should be here. That way he can pounce 1, 2, 3, attack. So. Okay, so that's it for our moves. Now it's the Butcher's turn. He still has Lantern Frenzy. He did not get hit at all. He's only still gotten 2 hits. I still have to hit him 11 more times. He only has... Well, no. He draws 2 AI cards. If this tells me get another card, now I have to reshuffle. Wild Carve and Hue. Okay, that's his moves. So the target doesn't matter because this is the priority target. You know, I'll keep it here just so it's visibly a reminder. Okay, it's the top of the round, so he could spend his survival again. Or, yeah. Okay, so he's going to move. His movement is 5 plus 1. So his movement's 6. Wow, so no, that's 7. God. Yeah, 7. Jeez. Movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's one of his things. And it also says all survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 1 damage to a random hit location and gain 1 bleed token. But he's not adjacent to anybody. Adjacency is orthogonal. Actually, yes. Like, a zone can be diagonal, but Wild Carve is orthogonal. It's like where he could attack people. So that goes away. Next is Hugh. This is still the target. He's going to move. Speed 1, accuracy 3, heavy damage. So definitely go spend a survival on that for sure. Because that's a very damaging attack. Does 3 damage to that hit location. That's like a lethal hit. Okay, so it's accuracy is a 3+, but he's got evasion, which is 3, so he hits on a 6+. That's an 8, so that is a hit. We'll spend a survival to dodge it immediately, regardless of where it goes. So Saturni's survival goes to a 3. Already spent a survival this turn, and that's it for him. Now it's the Avengers. Okay. So I can attack with him here, attack with her. I want to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because this person can move 6. Great. That works out great. Okay, so I'm going to do him last, just in case he does stuff that he reacts. That way he's still the... Hold on, it doesn't matter. He's the target regardless. All right, so I'll do her first. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and attack range 2. Okay. She attacks on a... But you know what? If Altcore spends a survival, he can give other people bonus... No, I'm going to do a pounce first. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, if he gets hit one more time with 2 bleeds, he's going to die. But he's got survival. Okay, so... 2 dice, 5+. Wait. Yeah. 2 dice, 5+. 1 and a 9, so that's 1 hit. Thick cape. The butcher's cape is decorating with the shriveled, screaming faces of its victims. It's got a reflex. Okay. Roll for damage. Strength is a 3, so I hit on a 6+. That is a natural 10, but there's no crit thing you can do, so it's just a hit. But I'll take it. So I need to shuffle the AI deck. Oh, no, wait. How do you do damage? The damage you always take from the AI deck. Yeah, so I shuffle this. Yeah, I shuffle it and I take. Because the whole idea is you don't see what the damage is. I just know I got rid of a card. Okay, so I got rid of a card. And then there's reflex.
After attacker rolls 1d10. That's a 3. If the result is greater than their courage, which it is, they suffer damage equal to the monster's level. Brain damage. So Oko takes 1 brain damage and then gets 1 lunacy. So it goes from 5 to a 4 and then gets a lunacy token. Oh, you know what? I forgot that Elcor has Unconscious Fighter. You need 7 bleeds to kill. I forgot I had that. 7 bleeds. Yeah, so it's not terrible. Okay, so brain damage. Okay, so next up, I'm going to have Volatile use a survival to dash and then attack from here. So Volatile goes from 4 to 3. And then we'll attack. Her attack profile, it rolls 2 dice. Hits on a 7. Got a 3 and a 9, so that's 1 hit. We got Furious Bellow. There's Reflex. I always just use red dice just because it looks cool. Because it looks like blood for the hit. That's really the only reason. So this hits. Strength on this is actually a 4. So I hit on a 5+. That's a 9. So that is a hit. We're doing it. Getting some damage in. Okay. The Butcher unleashes a deep guttural roar. Unless the attacker is deaf or has 3 courage, which is not no and no, they suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level and are knocked down. So we're knocked down and we get brain damage. So we get 1 brain damage. So we go from a 3 to a 2, so not insane anymore. And then we're at 2 lunacy. Once we get to 3 lunacy, we instantly get frenzy, which gives us bonus stats, but then we can't spend survival for the rest of the time, which is okay because, again, right now we're still not the priority target. So it's not terrible. Really, the bad thing is the fact that we're knocked down. But we got knocked down during our turn, which means we'll lose this at the end of his turn. Okay, so next up is... I'll go ahead and attack with Citroni. That way, in case there's reaction, he doesn't take it till the very end. I keep saying Citroni, because that is Citroni. Alright. So he's going to... He has a speed 4 attack. So that's going to be a little bit of chompage. Speed 4 hits on a 7. I'll go ahead and give one of these lunacies to everybody because something tells me this shit's going to start piling up. I've been forgetting to move this again. I'm assuming last time it was Volatile, so also I'll have it on her. Volatile was targeted though, so she actually gains 1 sanity. That's right, she was targeted. So she goes back up to 3. I gotta remember to do that. To move it. Anyway. I rolled, right? 8, 4, 7, 3. So that's 2 hits. To be honest, I don't know if I rolled. I thought I did. So I'm gonna say I did. I honestly don't remember. So we got 2 hits. Maybe I just moved the dice. I don't remember, to be honest. Well, we got the cleaver twice, though, so it doesn't matter. The attacker's heart is frozen with dread. Attacker gains 1 insanity. So you only gain lunacy if you lose insanity. You take brain damage. So Snahavium gets 2 insanity. I mean, Citroni. This person. It goes from 5 to a 7. It was all block, block. I did hand motions. Block, block. And then I actually can still move. Actually, if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I'll stay there. And then we'll do a pounce attack. So he gets not only these tokens, but also more bonuses from the pounce and the White Lion Gauntlet. So he also gets +1 strength and +1 accuracy. I'm just going to use tokens to denote it, but remove it at the end of the round. So it gets an additional strength and +1 accuracy. Okay. Alright, so he rolls 4 dice and hits on a 5. We got 3 hits. We got Butcher's Mask, Furious Gauntlet, and Furious Van Braces. We'll do it in this order, just because the last one has a knockback. None of these say crit, so I can't get a crit effect, so I can't use luck. Okay, so the strength is 7 with this weapon. So I hit 7 minus 9 is a 2, so I hit on a 2+. That's an 8, so that's a hit. Just bash his armor. Boom. Okay, so that's a hit. Something happens if I failed. I did not fail. Next up is the Furious Van Braces. That's a 2, but I hit on a 2+, so that is also a hit. Something happens if I fail. I didn't fail. And then last one, something happens if I wound or if I fail. 2 different things. It's a 9, so that's a hit. Man, that bash with the club was fantastic. And then wound. I didn't fail, so I don't do this one. I do the wound. The blow shocks the Butcher, knocking it off balance. The Butcher staggers, gaining -2 toughness until the end of the round. But this is the end of the round. That was a great attack. He's only actually got 5 hit points left, only 4 AI cards, so that's great. Hopefully I got rid of a lot of the good ones. Alright, so that was everyone's move. She's knocked down. He's still a priority target, but he's got Acanthus to fully heal a location. He's got high evasion. He's got still 3 survival. So him being the priority target is actually a good thing. The fact that he's going fanatical is great, and because it just happens to be on the correct person to absorb it, so this is good. If it was somebody else, maybe I would have gotten rid of it, but so far, so good. Now, in this game, every time you wound, you take an AI card and take it off and put it here. How you kill the monster is if you do 1 hit and there's no AI deck. If you ever don't have an AI deck, you take your AI discard, reshuffle, and put it here. So what that means is if you actually keep moods in play, the Butcher actually takes less to kill. So really, the fact that this keeping it there, and he doesn't die, I only have to do 5 damage, because you just have to hit him when there's no AI deck. Just so you know. Okay. So now it's Butcher's turn. He draws 2 cards. Reshuffle the hit deck. I'll do that first. We're doing good. At first, it was really weary because I don't know who was going to attack, and then the fact that he was hitting you couldn't get in close to do damage. But now I'm in a situation that only one person can get additional damage who can take blows. The primary target can evade. This is kind of now the ideal situation. Whereas in the very beginning, it looked kind of bleak. It looked kind of super chaotic. But now that I know that he's fanatical about Citroni, everyone stay at distance, only have people going close that can afford to, this is going good. He's just fanatical. It's like, you need to die. I want to kill this one person. I don't care. Ah! See how it goes. But yeah, losing a whole hunt's worth of gear, that is actually, like, terrible. Like, that's almost like game over for the settlement level of shit. Just not because you're in a bad situation, it's because you may not be in the best situation when you get to the harder hunts, because you waste a whole hunt's worth of stuff is the problem. It's better to lose a person than resources. Always. Until you get to the end game, that maybe you need to make sure people have certain stats, but I haven't gotten that far yet. The farthest I've ever gotten in a campaign is Lantern Year 11, so... And I don't believe you fight the Smoke Knight until 20-something. If I live that long. Yeah, till 30. So, it's an eon away. Okay, so Butcher's going to go. Oh, I think I forgot to give him a +1 speed. Whenever he attacks, it's +1 speed. Didn't she get it? Didn't... Ah, shit. I don't think he got... I don't remember. I'll do it going forward. Alright, so we got Forbidden Light and Hue, and then with Forbidden Light you draw an additional AI card, which is Wild Carve. Okay, so now I'm in a situation that I don't know if I can be in. I need to check and see if you can have more than 4 cards here. I'm thinking this was just meant as a convenient place to put the cards, but I want to check. Because I don't know if you're capped at having this, so like that would like replace it or something. I don't know. That's why I want to check. And I'm also getting hungry, so I hope this fight ends soon because I'm getting kind of hungry. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. Fuck. All right. So for the showdown, what I'm checking is just to see, are you maxed at how many traits or moods you can have on a character at any one time? That's what I'm checking. Because that can change everything. You know, like if this replaces that card, that could be a problem. Or can you have 5? I don't know. I think that this whole board, though, was just a convenience. Oh, actually, that wouldn't be a showdown thing. That'd be a monster thing. Let me see if we can find it there. No, it's because I don't see it yet. If he doesn't make reference, Adam Poots, doesn't make reference to using the board, then we're just going to proceed as normal. As though I can have more spaces for stuff. Reading, see if we can find anything. I haven't found anything yet. Moods and traits.
I think this is just meant as a cool place to see stuff. Like the hunt has special meaning, but this, you just have a deck, a discard deck. I can't find anything specifically on it. If I can't find it, then I'll just say that you can just have any number of tokens, any number of... Yeah, we'll play that way. That's fine. We'll do that. Okay, so Forbidden Light. Ah, God. Tell you what, let me look in the definition for mood. See if it says a trait. I mean, I find it hard to believe there's no reference to this board on the fucking book. If not, then I won't worry about it. But like, if I don't see any reference to that at all. Sorry about the wait. I just want to try to not fuck up as many rules as possible playing this game. So bear with me. Because what it says is you set up the decks, you set up the table on the board. Well, it does show a picture on the board at a distance. Let's see here. Moods and traits and persistent effects. This card may change. Applying persistent rules as long as the card remains in play. Blah 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 blah. It doesn't say there's a max number of those cards that I can find. Yeah, it's like, it's, as far as that, I think it's just a quality of life thing. Just so there's organization to your madness, kind of like what I do for Elemancers, Light and Dark. Alright, so we'll just proceed that way. Which is cool, because that means technically if you leave this in play, you did a free damage, actually. So Forbidden Light, when this comes to play, draw an AI. If you end your turn here, you get a -1 strength token. At the end of each monster turn, place a token of Forbidden Light. Okay, so we have a Forbidden Light as well. Next we have Hue. This tells you what to target. It's still a prior target. Accuracy 3 plus evasion 3, so hits on a 6 plus. That's a 1, so that's a miss. After damage, there was no damage. That goes away. Next is Wild Carve. What's interesting is they called it Wild Carve, but they called the A1 Wild Card also. It's like it's the same. They gave it the same name, but they made one worse than the other. Just kind of weird. It's like, I could have sworn the other one was called Wild Carve too. Maybe I'm wrong. It was definitely called Wild something. Maybe it was Wild Cleave or something instead. Okay, so Speed 2 hits on a 7 plus. Oh, I almost fucked up. This was actually Speed 2 for Hue. So that was a hit. So we're gonna, yeah, that was a hit. Yeah. See, I remembered this time. I almost forgot. You add 1 speed to every profile. And this is the top of his turn, so that's probably he spends from. Alright, so that's to the chest. So that's heavy damage. We'll just take it. It's fine. We'll take that damage. And then after damage, gain a bleed token and knockdown. That's fine, because right now he just tank it. And gets a bleed. Okay. Now we proceed. Wild Carve, it speeds 2, so that means we roll 3 because there's a bonus of speed. Hits on a 7 plus.
That's 3 misses. Fantastic. And I believe you still have evasion if you're knocked down, but I'll check. I'll check just for the sake of checking. Because technically, if you're knocked down, you can still like roll or something. It doesn't say you're stunned; it just said you're knocked over. But I'll check just for it's because I'm checking shit. Because you could make the argument that if you're knocked down, there's a opportune time. Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. So that attack misses. He has Forbidden Light out. Now it's the survivor's turn. He was newly knocked down, so that stays. This comes off. So these 3 can attack. He cannot, but I don't think I care anyway. Oh, and I have to spend a survival. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. I just took damage because I thought I would spend it. Yeah. Okay. So, who can heal? He's only got, technically then, I think Forbidden Light I may keep out, honestly. Just because it was like a free damage if I keep it out. So if I do 3 damage... Oh, no, I have to do 4 damage. Do I get rid of Forbidden Light? No. I'll play it safe. -1 strength to make it hard to hit. I mean, but technically it only affects this guy. And currently he has really high strength. So you know, I'll just keep wailing. I'll just do him last. Actually, maybe I should do him first, because if there's a knockdown effect, he'll immediately get attacked. So I'll do him first. So he attacks on a... He has +1 accuracy, so 4 dice, hit on 5. So we got 1 hit, which is the Furious Crown. I could also dash away is the other thing I could do. I could dash away and then pounce. Actually, that's a fantastic idea. We're going to do that. Okay, so roll to 5. 5 plus 6, that's a hit. So we do 1 damage. Then we reshuffle this. And then there's a reflex. The butcher lashes out wildly, clearing a path for itself. All survivors adjacent to the butcher suffer bash. Full move towards the farthest survivor, which is a tie. So I would say he'd probably go after the person that's behind him. The closest... I would say he goes out the person that's least likely he thought they were safe. So I would assume it would go here, and then Oko gets +1 insanity. So is that 5? Now it's only if you end your turn here. I could spend a survival to then get out of Forbidden Light. That way I don't get a token for the rest of the showdown. So I could dash like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, because he's going to attack this guy anyway here. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to go dash to here. That way I can then do my pounce next turn. Is what I'll do. Oh, but you know what? Everyone adjacent suffered bash. So this person, so I'm kind of screwed there anyway, because he got bashed, he got knocked down. I forgot about that. But then I just a move. He would just like get out of the way. So I just have these two left for this turn. So I could go dash attack. Oh, you know what? I forgot to give Eltcore bonus insanity from the drinking the frenzy. So whatever I get, I divide it by 2. 1. I don't know how you roll 1d5. I don't have a d5. So she gains 0 anyway. Unless I round up. I'll give her 1. Sure. Him, I mean. So he goes from 3 to a 4. Okay. So I'll dash and then attack. Because it's a cumbersome weapon. And I don't want to be adjacent. So survival goes to 2. That only cannot spend survival just till the end of that round. Right? Okay. Well, Novato can't spend survival unless insane. Is insane, can't spend survival, so that's 2. And now we're going to attack. Her attack profile is speed 2. 2 hits on a 7. 2 misses. Unfortunately, that was a waste. Maybe that was a bad idea. No, because I wanted to try to kill him. It wasn't terrible, because now I have to move here to attack when he's going to attack here. So that's okay. That's a good attempt. Okay, lastly, I'm going to attack with her. Well, attack with him. These are all actually hers. That's a him. Anyway, the spear is speed 2. Hits on a 5. 2 hits. Nice. We got Cleaver and Furious Scrag. I'm gonna do this. Furious Scrag has a bonus if you critically wound and stuff, and also a bonus if that's actually where the last hit is. The Scrag, I'm assuming it's the head or neck area or something. Alright, so we'll do this. So actually, but she could have moved away, so she's not super close. Yeah, so we would have done that. Okay, so she hits on a strength is a 3, so I hit on a 6. It is a 6, so that is 1 hit. He's almost dead. Almost dead. There's a thing that happens if the butcher is killed at this location, or if you quickly wound. Did I quickly wound? 6? No luck. Next, this is impervious, so it doesn't matter what I roll, but I gain +1 insanity. So it goes from a 5 to a 6. If I read that correctly. Alright, so that's it for the attacks. These go away. He gets a -1 to strength because he ended his turn there. But he got a +1 from Frenzy and from his drink. So, wait, why do I have so many tokens? This was only until end of turn. I think I may have fucked something up.
This was from Frenzy. I fucked something up for sure. This was like until end of turn bonus or something. Strength and speed. Yeah, I fucked something up. This should not still be there. Ah, Christ. Okay, so I'll just get rid of that token since they counter each other out. Yeah, I fucked something up. I think that last attack... I can't remember. I cannot remember if he hit. I can't remember. Anyway, now it's the butcher's turn. He draws 2 AI cards, but he only has 1. But after you do 1, you do this again. So I'm assuming I'll just do the same one twice is what I'll do. So he'll do Wild Carve twice. So he still has Lantern Frenzy. Hey, where's... Wait a minute. Where is the Lantern Light? Where'd that go? That was still in play. Where'd that go? Oh my god. Where did that card go? Fuck. He should still have Lantern Light. I don't know where the card is. Yeah, that should still be out. And then I reshuffle this, and then there should be a token on Lantern Light. Sure. So this is the last AI card. So if he takes 2 damage, if these 2 cards stay on the board, that'd be it. Unless there's a rule that if there's nothing in the AI deck, you start taking away from the moods, but I haven't seen anything about that. It said you take from the AI deck. If it's ever empty, you shuffle the discard. So that's how we will play, as far as I know. Okay, so speed is 3 for this attack. Of course, he's still attacking the same target because he's fanatical. So that's 3 misses. And then he does it again. That's, he hits on a 7+, so that's 2 misses, that's 1 hit. To waste, which he have that special loincloth, so yeah. And then after hit, takes 1 bleed, but he needs 7 to kill him with bleeds. Alright, so that's it for that. Now they come up. Now, hopefully, potentially, this could be the last round of the showdown. Alright, it's got to do 2 damage to kill him. 2. So I'll do this guy first. I'm gonna dash backwards and then pounce. So I'm gonna spend 1 survival. So now down to 2. And then we're doing a dash attack. Pounce attack, I mean. We dashed backwards and then pounced forward. Which costs an activation and a movement to do, but then once you do it, you can activate any weapon regardless of what it says. So that's how I'm doing that. Alright, so his attack then is roll 5 dice, hits on a 6. I think I've been forgetting the speed also. So maybe it's a wash. Like, I made it easier to hit, but then I rolled 1 less dice, so sure. Alright, so we got 3 hits. The Butcher's Mask. The Butch, the Furious Scrag, and Furious Beast, Furious Breastplate. Okay, so the thing I'm going to check first is, can I choose the order and then I do them? Or can I say I'm going to do this one and then choose and then choose? That's what I'm going to... Because the reason why I'm saying that is because if I finagle this, so this is the last, the killed at this location, special shit happens. So that's what I want to check is, do I have to declare the order first? Or do I choose 3 and to say, okay, I'm going to take from this one, and then take from this one, and then take from that one? That's what I'm checking right quick. It would matter, because that means I can potentially arrange it so this is the final hit. So let me see if it says that. It says attempt to wound each one at a time. So yeah, I can choose the order as I go. Okay, so we'll do this one first. Hits on a strength is 5, so I hit on a 4+. That is a 4, so that's a hit. And I hit the Butcher's Mask. The blow shocks the Butcher, knocking it off balance. The Butcher staggers, gaining -2 toughness until the end of the round. So I already hit his head once. Now he's got -2 toughness, so this toughness is probably going to go through. So I'm definitely going to do that one next, for sure. Yep. And hopefully this is the blow. I hit his mask, and now I'm going to see if I can knock his head off. See how it goes. It's a 9. I rolled a 9, -2 toughness, +5. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it does have a critical wound, so but I don't have bonus luck, so it's not a crit, but it's definitely a hit. Death blow. If the Butcher is killed at this location, it is beheaded. See if you can read that. Curiously, its lifeless body remains standing. The survivors rejoice, and the moment changes them forever. Each survivor may select either +1 permanent evasion or +1 permanent accuracy, all survivors, and then add +2 to result of your roll on the Butcher's rewards in the aftermath. Boom! Knocked off his head. Man, the MVP of this fight was the Bone Club with Eltcore. Like, he had all this armor, and you're just like smashing him. Whereas when people were using sharp weapons, they like, couldn't get through, or they were too close and they got carved back or knocked away because he's frailing all around like this. And then fanatical about hitting him, he's just going, bash him in the head. Stop attacking my friend. Cool. Okay, so everyone gets +1 evasion or +1 accuracy. So, I think I'll split it. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Wait, what was it? Strength or accuracy? +1 evasion or +1 accuracy. So this weapon's hard hit with of the bow, so I'll definitely make that +1 accuracy. So I got +1, so it's an 8. So we did Vaudle. For Eltcore, I can add to evasion or accuracy. The fact that I want this person to live and be a tank, I'm going to do +1 to evasion.
I'll have to be a 1. Plus, he's also danger close, you know? Oko, de facto, already has +1 accuracy. I just keep adding to it, so I'll have it be +2. So it goes from 5 to a 6. I'm sorry, it goes from 5 to a 4 because when you add to it. And then Citroni, because I'm already stacking evasion, I'm just going to keep stacking it. So the evasion is +3. So his evasion's a 4. So I did 2 evasion, 2 accuracy. And then whatever the aftermath is, I add +2 to it for the rewards. So hopefully I roll high, and then I can add 2. And we'll see what happens. So we killed the butcher. We did it. Like I said, like at first it was so chaotic, I don't know how we're going to do it. But then he just got obsessed with one person and then just capitalized on that, brought him into a corner, and wail on him from distance. Except for this guy who's gained the most damage and just go for it. Okay, so 169. At first, like you said, like I thought I was gonna lose a character, and he was just able to evade the nonsense. Okay, the butcher. Victory. The butcher is an inspiration. Any victorious survivor may immediately select axe weapon proficiency regardless of the age milestone. And then we get experience and then rewards. So we'll do it in that order. So first, anyone can learn, and here's again the butcher. And this is what I'm looking at. Anyone can immediately learn axe specialty. Axe specialty. So that's a close-in weapon. And you can only have, one proficiency. So, and I forgot to mark if people hit. Yeah, the whole point I was supposed to mark if people hit is so I know if I've dealt damage. I know Altcore definitely did. Did I ever hit with the bow? I don't think I did. Did I hit with the bow at all? Why this is a problem is because you can only gain proficiency if you dealt 1 damage. And I honestly don't remember. Fuck. I think these 2 hit. But did I ever hit with the bow? Did I? I remember this being a miss. I don't think he ever hit. I don't think she ever hit. I think these 3 hit at least once. But it's like even Citroni, did he hit at all? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to my best guess, figure out who got proficiency, and then when I rewatch this video, I'll adjust it if someone should have gotten hit or should not have gotten a hit. That's what I'll do, okay? So I know these 2 got hits. I want to say Citroni at least got 1 hit because he attacked so many times. But did the bow ever get a hit? I know he missed twice. I'm going to say no. I'll rewatch the video, but I'm going to say no. So these 3 will get proficiency. Okay, so who's going to get axe specialization? The fact that I can immediately get it, it'd be a crime not to do it. So I've had this person gain experience to learn the spear, but Oko doesn't have to use the spear. But the problem is I don't have an axe. It's just cool that you can immediately learn it. Um, shit. Because he's already proficient in bow. The only person who doesn't have weapon proficiency technically is Oko. Technically. I think I'm gonna pass, to be honest. I mean, it's cool, but I think I'm gonna pass. I mean, the only advantage to melee getting the proficiency is someone doesn't have to get to 2 experience, but this person's going to get 1 hunt experience anyway and get to weapon proficiency, so it'd be good if it brought someone that has none and no experience, I guess. So I'm going to pass on that. The Butcher's Inspiration, you get immediately gain proficient regardless of any milestones. Okay, so everyone gets 1 hunt experience. So Oko goes to 2. Citroni goes to 4. Altcore goes to 3. Volto goes to 3. Now I trigger the age story event, so I'm going to skip to that. Oh, I see, because you can immediately get an axe proficiency level in addition. Oh. I see. But it's only if you have an axe, which I don't. Yeah, no, forget it. Okay, so let's go to age. See, there's some story time, in addition to knock off the head of the butcher time. Age is 107. Your time in the dark, this changes you. Alright, so now we roll... How many dice? I thought it was 2. 2d10. And this is for Oko with the spear. 9 and a 9 is 18. And 18 is gain 1 permanent accuracy. So accuracy, which he already got a bonus, is now +3. So now he hits on a 3 with his weapon. And he'll gain proficiency, and the proficiency he's going to do is spear. Cool. Because the spear normally would hit on a 6, and now it's hitting on a 3, so that's really good. Okay, so we did this. Now we go back to the butcher. Okay, we did the proficiency. Oh, now we add proficiency levels. We did hunt experience, we did age, now we do proficiency levels. He just got proficient in spear, so he doesn't go up anymore. Citroni hit, so he goes from a 1 to a 2. Eltcore hit, so he goes from a 0 to a 1 with the club. And I don't think I hit with the bow. But I'll check. I'll have it be 0, but I'll check to see if I hit it all.
I know I missed this attack. This attack, I believe I also missed. Because I was like, oh man, it moved and nothing came out of it. God, did I do 1 damage? You know what? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. And then I'll remove it if I didn't. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. So 1 in specialty. Okay, so everybody got 1. If it was different, I'll erase. Okay, so now we do the rewards. Roll 1d10 and add the butcher's level to the result, as well as my bonus, which is here. Okay, so I roll dice and it'll be +3. Oh my god, really? I rolled a 1? I get all these bonuses and I roll a fucking 1. Wow. 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 That is disappointing. Wow, man. I rolled a 1. Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's 1 plus 3, so that's a 4. So the butcher lets loose a final roar as, I guess, I knock off its head. Its body explodes, scattering 1d5 broken lantern resources. The reason why I say it's too bad, because I could have gotten the butcher's cleaver. So, oh well. But I get 1d5. I don't know how you do 1d5. I don't have a d5, so I guess it's divided by 2. God, Jesus Christ. I rolled another 1. I rolled a 1 on a d10 twice in a row. Wow. So I'm going to round up. So I get 1 broken lantern resource. Okay, well, let's round up. Jesus. That is terrible. But we killed the butcher, so that was good. So it's just disappointing because I get a headshot, you think I get a bone, I get a great reward, and I get a broken lantern. Anywho. The good news is I take broken lantern out of the resource deck, so it's less. So I want to draw from this, but I also don't draw anything else. But all right, so I got a broken lantern, and add it to the settlement storage. Okay, so that is now the end of the showdown. I killed the butcher. I got hunt experience or a weapon proficiency, and I gained hunt levels, and I got rewards, which I got a lantern. But during the course of the fight, I did also get 2 fresh acanthus. So I did get 3 resources, technically. So, that's something. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this stream. The next stream is going to be the settlement phase to show what happens to the returning survivors, the settlement event, any story events, and use endeavors, and then using resources to make stuff. So if you like what you see, definitely tune in for next episode, which will be later this week. Sometimes I do it every day, sometimes I do multiple days, sometimes I wait a couple days. It just depends, but you always see new content weekly, regardless of how much content it is, and it'll always be in order of the phases. So you can definitely go back and see previous sessions if you like what you see, but the next video is going to be the settlement phase for Lantern Year 5. So thanks for watching. Again, this is Ismortah, and I'll catch you next time.